What's up, people? Some of y'all, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I've been at this for like 4 or 5 years now. Really on this. But I've been quiet for a little bit. I should have, you know what I'm saying? Should never been quiet. But I'm happy to see that other people in this generation is engaged to what is going on. And it's perfect. Because it's time. People are very aware. It's about time. It's about time. I know it seems like I'm talking like I'm very old and wise and drinking like I'm very old and wise. But in real life, I always try to share this knowledge, but I felt like I didn't have a platform to do so. And people don't want to hear this, but I'm starting to see people are putting their ears up to it now. People are wanting to hear about it, want to talk about it. And that's what I like to hear. And what I'm saying is, without saying it, is what the government got going, bro. They got people working. People don't want to work. But deeper than that, it's called population control. They're finna take a lot of people out. I don't know who's gonna see this. I don't know who's gonna not see this. And of course, that could been controlling the weather. I've been trying to tell y'all that control's been happening since we was young, since we was toddlers. I'm 23, so you know what I'm saying. Shit, I ain't that older than none of y'all. But in real life, in reality, we gotta figure something out. Yeah, I call myself bummy, but in reality, we gotta figure something out. Cause we can't keep doing this killing on each other like we like some freaking aliens. Like we ain't been on Earth with each other for years. Come time, and race shouldn't even be a thing that we even think about. Like that's crazy in real life. Like crazy. Who do y'all think y'all are? Y'all think y'all better than the rest? Like there's no elite when it comes to like racial and views and other stuff like that. And the past is the past, but the future is coming. And I don't know if we can not pay attention to it too long, because I know I got a short attention and I got ADHD, so I know if I can pay attention to the truth long enough, y'all can. Like, this is the only thing that really has my attention like that. Like, but it been having that since I was a kid. Like, I don't even understand. Like, that's the only thing that really grasps my attention. So I feel like I gotta talk about it. The government really been working on stuff and really been lying to us as we was young, like real young, in the books, little history books, all the history and all that stuff. Christopher Columbus, all that stuff ain't real, man. It's a fairy tale. It's like a little book of their own, little white lies that they just got. And a white lie is a white lie. So in real life, messed us over. But let's talk about something deeper than the surface stuff and FEMA camps and all that. Because I've been seeing other people what they talking about, and I feel like they touch enough basics on that, scratch enough surface on that I can talk about CERN. If y'all ever heard about CERN, which is in Switzerland, I feel like, and a lot of people don't know that the idolized guy that they have over there is, what's her name? I forget her name. Like Shiva. Like y'all. Have y'all ever played? Any of y'all played Mortal Kombat? I'm talking to y'all like I'm on live. What if any of y'all had Mortal Kombat or played Mortal Kombat? She's on the girl with the 4 arms or whatever, and that's supposed to be the god of chaos, the god of destruction and whatever. And y'all don't know, like, a lot of this symbolism hold a lot of power. Like, music holds a lot of power. Like, of course, yeah, the devil came from heaven. He fell out of heaven. He was an angel of music, so he's still gonna have that control when he get to earth, and that's why melodic sounds and certain sounds and music and frequencies can control and mess with our brain and our body and everything because it's flesh, and that's why we gotta go without flesh. We gotta use our spirit. Our spirit has to get strong. Our spirit, man. That's why whenever you have feelings, and I feel like, or deja vu or something, that's something like your spirit is like, that's something with your spirit. Like, I don't feel like that's your body. I feel like that's some spiritual stuff. Like, that's me. That's just me. I don't know. I'm only been here for 23 years. I may not know nothing. Huh? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm no prophet. But so anyway, in CERN they got a lot of stuff going, a lot of stuff going on. It's supposed to be pulling in dark matter. They supposed to be trying to find weapons and create weapons to be able to defeat God. They trying to play God with this creating weathers and hurricanes and all this extra stuff. I don't know if y'all know, but the rainbow is not symbolized for homosexual, which, you know, in New Age, they always gonna change the new slang, a new term for anything. That was meant for God was never gonna flood the earth again. And that was his promise. And you see how the devil always try to turn something that's not, you know what I'm saying? It's that dualistic thing that I always be talking about. He try to switch stuff for this not bad for. It's just crazy, but God always gonna make this bad for good. Like, he always have his angels or his protection of his garden. He always got us guarded. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was always like this since I was a kid. Like, mama always told me, so I knew what I was like. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I had my armor of protection. But growing up, I didn't see that this was gonna happen so quick that it is. Like, when I grew up and I was starting to see, like, everything they was teaching me is coming into play. Like, this, wow, like, I'm starting to want to map this out, like revelations and everything, like, correlating to biblical terms. And I know I'm falling a little bit off track, but it all goes back to God. Like, nobody can say and run away from God anymore. Like, and also, like, these elite people, bro, they always gonna laugh and joke and put it in movies, and you know what I'm saying, and hide it in plain sight. But the news, y'all never get real knowledge from them. That's just programming, like predictive programming. Like, if y'all ever seen The Simpsons, like, I was talking about this like three to 4 years ago. People thought I was crazy. Like, I was telling people The Simpsons stuff is starting to correlate, and then somewhere in 2020, probably 14, 2016, oh, Simpsons memes is da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, people start to come and start to see that, you know what I'm saying, see Trump and all the extra stuff that they was correlating, and Prince dying, all this extra stuff. Like, these people elite, they know what's going on. Like, these, and I feel like a lot of these artists get scared, and like, and that's why I feel like I haven't been on that, because I do music, I haven't been on that too well. But I feel like everybody I know, all of us feel like, because it's our flesh that's telling us we can do this without getting caught up in it, but we really can't. Like, our spirit needs to be yearning after God. But anyway, I'm getting back to what I was talking about, the CERN thing, because I'm not trying to run away from God, but I want y'all to know that God is real, and I'm not trying to force it down anybody's throat or anything, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just gonna be a big thing in a little bit, like, because the Bible's starting to correlate to what's going on, and I want y'all to know there's gonna be a lot of false prophets. A lot of these, even Christian people, the Christian artists or Christian rappers or whatever they are, they live in a false life because they're falling in with the elite. Because I always knew that that's what's gonna happen, but I always was falling back into my flesh. So I can't talk about somebody else. I can't convict nobody else, and that's not how you want to be anyway. But coming to terms, if you have the rightful heart and you been speaking with God through like reading the Bible and stuff like that, you can judge rightfully. Like, but I'm not the one to talk about that right now because I'm not too in my Bible. But back to the CERN stuff. Yeah, a lot of these false gods, they're really demons. So Shiva or whatever her name is with the 4 arms or whatever, yeah, they built that on top of where they said back in the day, you know what I'm saying, people used to worship that demon, and it's right over where she used to be worshipped at, the tomb or wherever she used to be worshipped at, or you know what I'm saying, because it's spirits over there, spirits linger, you know what I'm saying, where they do the most rituals and all that stuff, that type that they're doing, like, you know what I'm saying, goes back further than we can remember. But in real life, this is crazy because I'm starting to hear more people around my age talk about it. And it remind me of these books that my mom used to play. It really wasn't a book. It really is a cassette tape, but it was based off a book called Left Behind. And I don't know if any of y'all ever read those books or listened to those cassette tapes, but that's what had my brain always knowledgeable about what's going on. And it kind of scared me as a kid, but it kind of woke me up though too, because they was talking about like how they was left behind and how they was trying to map out coming back, waiting for God come back for their second coming, or for God third coming, because they got left behind from the rapture. And I thought that was crazy. So as 14-year-old, 12-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid, I was already on that. You know what I'm saying? My parents are actually pastors, so I'm a PK. So I always been on this topic. I always been on this how to live right, or you know what I'm saying, like spiritual stuff. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, but anyway, I'm always falling back into the topic on God or spiritual, because I don't know. I feel like that's that reverend or that preaching that I got going. You know what I'm saying? My dad, that man's a pastor, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like that I always run through the blood. But anyway, I'm going back to the CERN stuff. This stuff is crazy because I keep trying to go off topic about it because it kind of gets scary the more and more I re-tap into my knowledge on that, or re-tap on them, because I was learning about this like 2-3 years ago, and every time I think about like how like they trying to really build weapons, get as much dark matter as they can to fight against God, like using the dark matter, because they don't understand like the dark matter is really like portals to open up to hell. Like they thinking they getting like some scientist creation type stuff, and it's not like something like these scientists think. It's nothing like it's out of this world. They open up a portal literally to hell. Like I'm gonna let all these demons in, thinking that like they're gonna be able to beat God. Like it's God for a reason. Like, and I always wonder why that I was on back of the dollar when I was young. Like, and it come back again. All these symbols, all these signs. We're living in the last times, man. I feel like y'all should just start paying attention more. Like open your eyes. Like be vigilant. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch this dude on here called Vigilant Christian. I feel like they take away that dude's stuff that's on YouTube. I don't know who did, but people try to slander his name, and I don't feel like that's that. I feel like he had enough views to where they was like, yep, we're gonna have to mark him and let people know that we can't keep having this, because after a while, YouTube gonna be gone too. And I feel like that's coming in 10 years or 15 years. I don't know how long it's gonna happen. I don't know how long anything's gonna be around with Trump being in office. But I know in The Simpsons they said that man supposed to get whacked, or he gonna die, or he gonna get impeached and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm really waiting on that. I'm not saying that I want him to, but in real life, like it's too many signs in the Simpsons, and I'm not saying the Simpsons like the Bible, but these niggas work with demons, and the demons tell them shit. Like these people, like, you know what I'm saying, like rituals and all that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying, like these people got insight. You know what I'm saying, just like spiritual people got insight with God. Like it's the same thing, and that's how they know when to put it in the shows and stuff, and it's predictive programming. And like Family Guy even make fun of it. Like all these, they make fun of it. Like these higher ups, the elite make fun of it. They don't think we understand what's going on. Like it's a game. Like I always tell people, it's like how like Hunger Games or Purge, or like I'm saying, they're gonna have us on that stuff whenever we get to the end of times, and that's why people are not gonna be able to trust each other. Everybody gonna try to harm, because it's living situations and stuff like that. It's already getting chaotic right now with the, like, think about how like the people, like, they gotta work for free because of Trump trying to build the wall. Like after a while, you're not getting paid. You gonna want to run in the stores and get chaotic, and like that's all on purpose. All this is a big setup. And all I can say is gotta get in our Bibles, get close to God. Like if I don't have no other answers, I'm not saying we're gonna live through any of this. I'm just saying if you want to see the promised land, it's heaven. Heaven is the way. I'm not trying to scare nobody into doing anything they want to, cause I know how I am. I know where this came from, and I know that I got angels. I got a seal of protection. And that's always a good comfort in knowing that that's there. And this flesh don't mean anything. Do not live through your flesh. You're supposed to live through our spirit. Like that's why a lot of this flesh is like doesn't mean anything. But to demons, they work through the blood. Like we're not battling through like flesh. We battling through principality. We battling, like, they work through the blood. Like that's why they do blood sacrifices and stuff. Demons work through that. That's why they want to get in our bodies to, you know what I'm saying, they even when they get in our bodies, they don't like it. That's why you see a lot of these artists, whenever they do sell out, they get tatted up, they dye their hair blonde. You know what I'm saying? Slim Shady, you know what I'm saying? Him going crazy. I don't think that's a meaning. He's the first person to say he was going crazy on that. So that means everybody else that dye their hair blonde is going through some traumatic or something. And even normal people, we do that, and we don't understand. That's like a subliminal thing that they got us doing. A lot of the stuff it's like programming. That's what the TV is. TV is television. Television, you know, tell a vision. You telling something that's gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then nobody, like, really, nothing is just here for a reason. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that sometimes. I know we all get distracted from what's really the truth and what really we don't know or don't understand. Let's go into our Bibles. I'm saying this so even later when I watch this video, for me, I'm gonna be like, look at me talking. I need to take my own advice. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't nobody better than nobody, and that's what these elite trying to divide us, and divide and conquer is the easiest way to get people to control. Cause you can control a lot of people if you feel like you can get people on races, religion. It's a lot of stuff you can just break people up and make them feel like we can't understand each other, we can't get along, we don't have a clarification or whatever the case may be. Like, it's crazy, man, because I feel like it's all a game. It's divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. Dude, I've been saying this for the last 20 minutes. I must really got a passion to care about y'all. And it's not that I'm any better than any of y'all, or I feel like I'm above y'all. But I feel like a lot of us don't care enough. We don't care enough about to hear about the next man's life or the next man. I know we can't save each other just off money and stuff like that, but let's wake each other up spiritually. Wake each other up spiritually. And the way we can get spiritually fed, it's the Bible. So that's the end of my little rant of what's going on in the world. I could touch on some of the FEMA camps and the cellar bunkers that's in Walmart, the stuff they got built in, like all the stuff they got working to the future, and how the wall is like the dome. It's like in Sims. They're trying to trap us in, and the earth is flat. So a lot of little stuff you can just say and just go in detail about. But them just saying it let you know where I at as a person and all the extra stuff. Like when the situation, we got to get right. They even arrested a lot of these celebrities for speaking out. I remember when B.O.B. was speaking out about the cloning thing. Everybody wanted to act like B.O.B. was crazy. Nicki Minaj came out, and even farther than that, they had what's her girl name? Britney Spears. She had videos back in the day. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Britney Spears she not popping like that now. But when she was, yeah, she either was going crazy too. A lot of these people go crazy, that they hair blind, they go out the way. They fall off on this music thing and all this the music thing. They try to control us with that. A lot of these artists, they want to speak out, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to. I feel like a lot of these artists have to get in the industry to know about it and get taught about it. I feel like if you're an artist, you should already know about this stuff. You should already know what the plans they got going. Like, these guys are powerful. They've been doing this. They've been creating artists and killing artists. And it's actually funny that they think we're so stupid. Like, I watched a movie called The Pussycat Dolls, and it's an old cassette tape, and they were just playing. They were just talking about, like, really playing joke on like what they doing, and they was just like laughing at it. Like, it's just funny because they were just talking about it so detailed, how they controlling the youth and with the fashion, and how they control it with the music and stuff like that. And it was just crazy because it's like it was a joke in the movie, like nobody was really seeing it. And I feel like the people that was watching the movie at that time, because it was like 2002, 2001 or something. That's an old movie. I feel like people at that time not gonna be on that. So I don't know. It's a lot to take in whenever you realize what's actually going on. It's actually a lot to take in. I just don't. I just don't know how to respond or how to react to a lot of times when I see stuff that I know is adding up to the correlations of the end. But speaking of the end, I'm about to let y'all guys go. Love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. Y'all stay up. It's all love. I might post some more stuff. I might not. Depending on how I'm feeling. This may be for me later to watch. This may be for the future me. Or even for the future y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stay positive. Stay spiritually fed. Stay yoked.